All right, team, what's up? Good morning. How's everybody doing today? All right, it is Thursday. Thursday. I think my Thinkorswim froze here. Weird. Yeah, my Thinkorswim froze right there. Hold on, team. It doesn't appear to be my whole Thinkorswim, just that one. I know I look like a cyborg. Hold on. I guess that's a little bit better. I don't know which one's better. Alright, there we go. Now I don't look like a cyborg. It's a little blurry at the end, but what's up, team? It's lowered a little bit. There we go. Alright, guys. So, waiting for my Thinkorswim to act right so I can, Oh. No, it's still frozen. I'm gonna have to restart my Thinkorswim. I don't know why it just froze like this. The whole thing froze. Let's try one more time. I'm just gonna shut down Thinkorswim. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't have any tabs up that should be bothering it. I don't know, man. What's up, Maestro? What's up, Tyrell? What's up, Map? What's up, team? Good morning, guys. All right. I don't know what's wrong with that thing, man. All right. Let me start this thing back up. What's up, Andy? It's not Tuesday, bro. It's Thursday, man. I'm waiting for my coffee to be ready. That's what I'm waiting for. What's up, Pensador? What's up, bro? I gotta think of another story for story time today. Yesterday we had story of Ray Ray, the neighborhood bully. And then today I'm gonna have to think of a story. I'm sure I can think of one. What's up, Adam? What's up, man? I also found out that our Discord didn't. We still have all of our Discord members. We have over 1,000, so we did finally break 1,000 members on our Discord, which is cool. Hey, appreciate the sub. Sorry, I had to tell my kids to turn their video games down. What's up, Sean? Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. Thanks for the subscribe, bro. Alright, guys. So, yeah, like I said, let's see if we can get Thinkorswim agreeing with us this morning. I had a nice little watch list already set up on here, man. Let's detach it. Alright, so the first thing I bet you a lot of people are watching this morning is RARX. But I'm pretty sure that's an acquisition or a buyout. Let's look at the price, though. Yeah, or this could be a 2-to-1 reverse split as well. It probably is, actually. Let me look. I'm pretty sure this is a 2-to-1 split. Oh, no, so it's an acquisition. It looked like a split because it could have doubled in price. But yeah, it's an acquisition for $48 this year.
And then I won't eat everything.
You ate all your breakfast?
No, I ate all my grapes, but not all my breakfast.
All your grapes, but not all your breakfast. Why didn't you eat the rest of your breakfast?
Because I was full and I wanted to play Super Smash Brothers.
Because you were full and you want to play Super Smash Brothers. If you ate most of it, that's okay. Hey, did he eat most of his breakfast? Him. But he ate all his fruit? Okay, that's okay. Alright. But yeah, RARX is an acquisition. like I said, gapping up from 2260s to 4620s. We'll watch this one, but it's an acquisition. It's not my favorite one. One I definitely am more interested in is Bed Bath & Beyond. This one is gapping up from 990s to 1187. We'll have to look up the actual catalyst for this one as time goes on this morning. But Bed Bath & Beyond is on my list. I was looking at PUMP, not the best volume there. Let's see. We got a few other stuff. I'm going to go make my coffee. We got US Steel gapping up some. We got some gap downs like PCG. PCG looking weak. We got MU, AMD looking strong here. I'm guessing the market's up today. Maybe break even. Market might be break even today, right? You can always tell by looking at microchip stocks for the most part, unless there's a specific sector catalyst. Yeah, let me look at the rest of my list here. Yeah, I did. I let him in. Ah. Let me find my list. There's my list. So we had FCX, my bad. FCX gapping up some. We got the brokers here, the stock brokers, the trading brokers. AMTD, which is Thinkorswim, which is the chart that I'm looking it up on. ETFC, E-Trade. We got Schwab somewhere in there as well. SCHW. They're all gapping up, I guess. We got CGC gapping down, and then, like I said, RARX here. So, but Bed Bath & Beyond, definitely my favorite one. New CEO. Yeah, I was watching PCG. I mentioned PCG. It's gapping down. It's volatile though. It's moving some. That's all I really care about. Is that it's moving some. So. Oh man. Yeah, I mean sometimes I'll just include my accuracy rate on the thumbnail. This week I'm running at like 83%. Still making some errors though, but that's my accuracy rate so far. PCG down after a judge ruled in favor of creditors having an alternate reorganizational plan. Yeah, we'll have to look up those catalysts in a second. I'm going to go make my coffee. I know we got Mitch here. Let me get Mitch up in here. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, no, but yesterday was a big area. Like yesterday, to put yesterday's trading day into perspective, basically I had four trades. Three of them were green trades, and one of them was losing, and I was still down on the day. And yesterday, my my trades were solid trades, but I took a big loss the first trade. I took like almost $100 loss on that first trade. And so then instead of maintaining a consistent risk with a consistent share size, I instead scaled way down after that first loss and then had three subsequent winning trades. And so it's like I did really well after that loss, but I let that one loss and the fear from that one loss dictate my trading share size, and that just ended up hurting me. So in turn, like I said, yesterday I ended down slightly. And I've only had one losing trade this week. I've traded 6 times this week. I've only lost once in one trade, and that was the first trade I took yesterday. And so it's just a mental error on my part, just some errors on my part that were avoidable for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go make my coffee team, so I'll be back in just a second. All right, but yeah, lesson learned today with, or lesson learned yesterday with the coffee creamer. That stuff is terrible. I don't know how people can have such like a sweet coffee creamer. Like coffee's not good sweet. It's just nasty. It's supposed to be bitter. You know, you wonder why grown-ups drink coffee black is because it's supposed to be bitter. The bitterness wakes you up. That's why you're supposed to drink coffee black. You know, I tried putting some of my wife's sweetener creamer in there, and it was just nasty, man. It was terrible. Sorry, guys. There's drama going on at my house. There's drama going on at my house. Apparently, my wife just told me that my son got a note written home in school for him not behaving. And so my wife just rejected my authority and took away his video game. So I'm outranked there. I can't mess with it. I'm outranked there. But I mean, coffee's fine. I'm drinking Louisiana's community coffee. It's actually really good. But again, you know, I'm used to putting some milk or something in it just to cool it down a little bit, like just a little bit of milk. Because again, I like the bitterness of coffee. But I tried to put my wife's sweetener in it yesterday, and it was just terrible. It was pumpkin spice sweetener. I think it was. It was either that or it was like cinnamon dolce. It was terrible. I'll say that. It was bad. It was gross. I couldn't do it, man. I don't know how you drink that stuff. It's nasty. All right, but yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond, probably one of the top watches. We'll start looking up some news in a minute here. Hey, what's up, Junior? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I genuinely just put a little bit of I used to just put a little bit of milk in it just to cool it down, like just to cool it down because I'm impatient and I want coffee in the morning. And so I tried to put a little bit of creamer in it yesterday. It was my wife's creamer, and like I said, it was just gross. Like if you watched the stream yesterday, you'll see me just making faces as I drink the coffee. It's just terrible. Um, Milk and tea. Hey, I'm British heritage, you know. See, it's supposed to be bitter like that. Like that's good. It's supposed to be bitter. But yeah, we got PUMP, which is looking all right. Just not that much volume here. PRQR. But AMD, if we look at the market, we're actually getting a pretty volatile market. I know a lot of people were talking about this one in our Discord. Technically, we're still down, it looks like, but only slightly now after a really big drop. And so we did have some type of volatility in the overall market yesterday in extended hours trading. And so, you know, like I said, we're getting some volatility. I'll look up the news. We'll go ahead and do that now, I guess. What's up, Paul? I got you. I'll post my list again here. But yeah, this is my list this morning, guys. Like I said, we got some movement. It's not looking too bad here. Again, you know, this week's been a pretty good week. My strategies have definitely been working this week. I've only had one losing trade out of 6, I think. But I'll have to look up my trader view here. Something like that. It's something like that. It's like one losing trade out of 6 or something. Yeah, last time I had a losing trade before yesterday. Yeah, since on the 4th, since October 4th, so 6 days ago, I have had 2 losing trades. So this must have been Friday. So far this week, I've only had 1, which was yesterday. And then I still had another 3 winning trades. But again, I'm just trading too small this week. I can see it in my stats here. You know, making $20 wins, $30, $40 wins is just not big enough. And if I'm taking a big loss like I did yesterday, I got to go big. And here's the thing, team. I got to be okay with taking a few $100 loss. You know, I got to be okay with that. I'm at 665 in profit. So I have to be okay with taking a few $100 loss. Like I have to be okay with taking like $150, $200 loss. Like I have to be okay with that. And if I'm not, then I'm never going to grow this account. And so today, I guess I'm going to be back taking some swings here. Even if I have a losing trade at first, I guess I'm going to be back taking some swings. We'll see. I'm not going to guarantee a share size or anything like that. I'm not going to guarantee a share size or anything like that. But I do need to... I do need to scale up a little bit, and so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, but yeah, you can see the SPY, again, gapping, technically gapping down about 26 cents. 26 cents from 291.27 to 291.01. But roughly break even and rebounded from this big drop it had in after hours yesterday for the SPY. Again, we're watching the SPY, we're watching BBBY, and then we're going to watch all the other stocks that generally follow the SPY because they should be volatile today as well. But BBBY has some very obvious levels that I'm keeping an eye on, specifically 1160. I'm going to watch 1150 just because it's the $half level. So right here, and then I'm going to watch this low right here at 1125, which is also the $quarter, I might add. And then I'm going to basically be watching this pre-market high right here. This pre-market high looks interesting. May look to attack this range right here on BBBY. It just depends on what we get and what kind of action we get at the open. But I may look to attack that range, short it around the top, and then cover it around the bottom, hopefully. We'll see. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at for BBBY. If it breaks underneath 11.25 and starts to get really weak, I might look for a fade for that one too. But again, we'll see what we get with that. All right, and like I said, we'll see what else we get. We got RARX here, which is just an acquisition, gapping up from 22.70 basically all the way to 46.08. So, but it's just an acquisition. Price target is $48 a share right here, and so it's just gapping up right around its price target. Price target's right here. So that's what we're getting for RARX here. Like I said, we'll go ahead and start looking up some news here for some of these, and I guess I'll start with this one, even though I don't necessarily think this one's going to be super volatile or anything. So again, let me make sure. So again, with RARX, this one is up after UCB agreed to acquire Raw Pharmaceuticals for $48 per share in cash. So an acquisition at $48 a share for this one. We also have BBBY. I know we had a few people talking about the catalyst for this one again this morning. And this one is up after the company announced Mark Tritton will succeed Mary Winston as CEO, and he was also named as president. Telsey Advisory Group upgraded BBBY from a market perform rating to an outperform, and they also raised the price target for it. And so that's basically pretty bullish news for this one, I guess. And it's definitely gapping up to show it. This is probably one of my main watches today. I'm going to keep an eye on this one for sure. What else we got? We have FCX here. FCX gapping up to 877 here. FCX gapping up to 877. Not that much volume here. We'll see if it goes over this. It does. So UBS upgraded FCX from neutral to buy. So an upgrade for FCX. We'll see what happens with that one. We also got a few other ones I'll go ahead and look at. PSTG gapping up. Because Goldman Sachs upgraded them to a buy rating from a neutral rating, and they raised the price target to 21 from 18 for PSTG. So upgrade and raise price target for this one. We'll see what happens with it. Not that much volume, honestly. QRVO's up. It was an upgrade from a market perform to an outperform for QRVO. SWKS gapping up some. Upgrade as well. This one was upgraded. Boring. Maybe watch MTCH. This one was upgraded as well from perform to an outperform. And then we can look at some of these gap downs here. We got PCG for a big gap down here. This one is gapping down, and the reason this one is down was because the company issued updates on public safety power shutoff, and they also a federal bankruptcy judge ruled that the company longer has the sole right to shape the terms of its reorganization. I'm sure there's supposed to be a no in there, so I'm assuming this means a federal bankruptcy judge ruled the company no longer has the sole right to shape the terms of its reorganization. So pretty bad news for PCG in that regard. We'll see what happens with it, but this one's gapping down from $10.98, basically $11, all the way down to $7.50s. So a big percentage gap down for this one for PCG. We also have HEXO. HEXO gapping down here from $3.68 to $2.86. So almost $1, about 90-cent gap down, about a 90-cent gap down here for HEXO. And this one is down after preliminary fourth quarter net sales of $14.5 million to $16.5 million and fiscal year 2019 sales of $46.5 million to $48.5 million. So I'm guessing worse than expected net sales for the fourth quarter, and fiscal year 19 sales of $46.5 million. Yeah, probably worse than expected sales, I'm assuming, for HEXO. We also have PHG on this list. That one doesn't really look that good. Sogo, Intap. And so, yeah, I mean, that's basically what I see right now. FSCT gapping down some. But, yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, let me know if you have anything specific you guys want me to look at. But that's what I see right now. APHA. Oh, I'm also going to be watching the cannabis stocks. I know they're down slightly, but I generally watch the cannabis stocks, and they're moving some. And then with the overall market itself, like you can see, AMD is very volatile because of the market in general. So AMD, MU, probably going to watch Roku again. Roku is typically pretty voluminous and volatile for everything. So we'll watch Roku as well. It's been a while since I watched SQ. I might keep an eye on this one too. And then I'm going to be watching the trading stocks. The trading stocks like Schwab, which is, it was on the gap list. SCHW. Yeah, SCHW, Schwab is another one I'm watching. It's gapping up with the other trading stocks. So SCHW, we got AMTD for TD Ameritrade, gapping up from 33.77. And they're actually the same people that I'm using these charts for. So these charts that I'm showing you is TD Ameritrade. You know, they are TD Ameritrade. And then we have E-Trade. I don't know what E-Trade is. I had it on my list earlier. ET something. ETFC. ETFC is E-Trade. And so, yeah, the trading stocks are gapping up some. And so that's what I got right now. Let's go ahead and look at the overall market news. But yeah, what's up, Junior? I know you can't stay here for long, man. How about that Robert Whitaker knockout, man? I feel bad for him, bro. I like Bobby Knuckles, man. He got knocked out. Unfortunate. What strategy I'm using? Mostly the VWAP fade. Mostly VWAP range-bound strategies is what I've been using lately. What's up, volatility? So to get rid of your green screen, man, like you see how it is right now, the reason it's like this is because I have a big monitor that's very light on this end, right? If I put up a dark screen, I had to change my YouTube settings to dark because if I put this up, the green screen effect goes away. And so basically the way I get around it is I have to keep my screens dark. And what's affecting it for me is all the monitors I have. So I just have a bunch of monitors. So I have monitors here, here, and here. And they're putting off a lot of light, which is affecting the green screen, right? And so the way you get around it is you just leave them dark. Like I have the dark theme on YouTube and the dark theme on Thinkorswim. And that way the green screen is less, the green screen effect is less severe. Yeah, man, crazy fight. I don't necessarily like to predict what I think Bed Bath & Beyond's gonna do. I think it could go either way. The catalyst was definitely positive. I really like the levels on the downside though. So basically what I'm doing is if it breaks this pre-market high here at like 1235, I might consider it for a long, but again, it would have to hold some support there. A lot of times you're gonna get fake outs at the pre-market high, and so again, if it breaks the pre-market high and actually holds that level of support, then I'm a little bit more interested in it on the long side. If it breaks under this 1160 level and really under 1150 as well, it could start to get weak. And under this 1125 level, you do have this kind of gap right here to fill down to the previous day's closer. So, and so that looks interesting as well. But again, you know, we'll see. I really don't know. Could go up, could go down. Never really know. You know. Do I blindly go long when price hits from above? No. I have a very specific strategy that I trade. I'll try to find it here. AMD is probably a good example of it yesterday. So basically, what I'm doing here is let me clear this out. But what I do with my strategy, it's a range-bound strategy for the most part. Like, yeah, I could trade the breakout of the range and stuff like that. And sometimes it's going to be a little bit more momentum-based. But so you have this range right here in between the VWAP and the low of the day. You know, you got to see how it follows it down. I just wait for a downward move at the open, and then on bounces back to the VWAP, I go in short here. So like here, I'm shorting, and then I'm looking to cover my position really at the previous low of the day. And so in this regard, like right here is where I would probably cover my position. So I try to short it around the top of this range right here. Let me draw the range. And then cover it around the bottom of this range. Typically, the reward target's almost always going to be the previous low of the day. And you can take a partial there and then let the rest work in case it does kind of break down. But the reason I kind of do it this way is like before I traded this, I used to trade high and low of the day breaks. And like while those can work, and I'm sure some people can make those work, you're going to get faked out a ton with those strategies. And so a better way to do it is just wait for a dip or a bounce. And the way I like the reason I like these is because, for instance, if I get in here, then my risk is actually really tight above me, right? And you can use the previous fades as your risk. Right, to show you an example, if I get in here, or even if I get in here, right, I can use this previous fade as my risk. So I can use like this level here as my risk. And so if I get in at 58 and I set my risk at 65, then my risk is 7 cents. You know, and if I make the reward target the previous low of the day down here at 28.40, let's see, 28.40 to 28.58, that's 18-cent reward with a 7-cent risk. And so it's just a good reward to risk ratio. And so that's generally how I attack those trades, and that's the strategy I've been using for most of this week. Like I said, I've streamed it all live, and so I haven't actually traded off stream this week. And I've traded 6 times. I've had 1 losing trade out of 6, and all of them were this strategy. They were all this strategy, so it works fairly well. Again, it's never 100%, and you have to trade the right stocks with it because some stocks are going to work better than others with this specific strategy. But I've been trading it for years. Like I've been trading this strategy for years, and so I can kind of understand what stocks to attack it on. All right. So the VWAP is just an intraday trend indicator. So basically, if a stock's maintaining below the VWAP, it's in a downward trend, a downward intraday trend specifically. And if it's maintaining above the VWAP, it's in an upward or bullish intraday trend. Now, that's never 100%, as is nothing in trading, but that's a good way to look at it. Another thing is like the farther a stock moves away from the VWAP, the less volume that's accompanying it on that move, right? So when you see stocks that are just really far extended away from the VWAP, volume didn't follow them there. And so in my opinion, there's more of a chance that they're going to pull back because volume didn't accompany it. Because think of the VWAP as basically, it's an intraday trend indicator, but it's also just like a moving average that puts more weight on volume, so to speak, right? And so that's kind of how you got to look at it. Yeah, I mean, that's if we're investing, though. Here, if you guys want to see the strategy, we got a lot of good free classes on the strategy we use. And like we always say, like we're not experts or gurus here. We've just found some stuff that we think works, and so you know what I mean. If you wanna check out the strategies that we use, we have a bunch of free classes on them. So I'll try to find them. I have one on understanding VWAP and related strategies, and so that kind of shows the long and short end of it. And so I'll post that one here. I think that one's probably the best one. And so yeah, here's a class on understanding VWAP and related strategies. It just breaks down the different strategies we use, long and short. Yeah, so you guys see the green screen, how when I change the color of my monitor, the green screen acts up. So I basically have to keep it in a dark theme. I don't know why it does that. All right, but yeah, we can look up the overall market news. Let me see where Mitch is at. That's support and resistance levels that I've drawn myself. So these levels here, this is the range I'm attacking with a VWAP fade. The top level up here is my risk level, my stop out level. So like if I were to jump in this trade here going short, if it breaks that level, I'm getting out of the trade. And the bottom level is my reward target. So like if I jump in short here, I'm taking profits once it hits this level specifically. I'm gonna clear this though. There's kind of a lot of nonsense on the chart right now. Yeah, let's look at the overall market though. They need to be legalized in Texas, man. I'm waiting for it, bro. I'm waiting for it, man. There we go. Sorry, let me get Mitch out of there. All right. What's up, Mitch?
Yo, yo.
Here, let me go get my headphones. All right. Got my headphones. What's up, Mitch?
Going on, traders? How we doing?
All right, we got Mitch here. Yeah, so just about to look up the overall market news. I don't think I've looked it up yet. Let me see. All right, so this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stocks were set for a cautiously lower open Thursday ahead of the highly anticipated U.S.-China trade talks in Washington. Dow futures are down 0.2%, S&P futures are down 0.2%, and NASDAQ futures are down 0.1%. Oil prices are higher, with global benchmark Brent crude up 1.1% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate up 1.1% recently, as traders digested signals surrounding the U.S.-China trade talks. So slightly lower morning. It was much worse yesterday. Does anybody know what happened yesterday with this? Do you, Mitch? Like, you look at the market yesterday.
Yesterday?
Look at extended hours yesterday. Or look at after hours yesterday.
Yeah, so it's kind of a battle of news. Trump coming out with news saying that there was going to be a trade deal, then China coming out with news, hey,
There's
we're not
not.
even going to stick around until Friday. We're leaving after today. We're going to do a little bit more talks, and if they don't want to budge even a little bit, we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
And so the report is Trump saying, "Hey, we got a deal. We got this. This is done with." And then you got China saying, I don't think so. We're actually not getting along much, so
Yeah.
we think we're leaving early."
Thanks, China.
Um,
Yeah.
and really, what's happening here is it's just a battle.
Right.
I
It's a battle
heard
of wills, is all it is, man. They're all
I
trying to.
heard I heard some opinion today, and it's strictly an opinion, but I think it's kind of has some good value to it. Um, why would China want to do a deal with us when our market is up?
Yeah. They're going to want to get better leverage when the market's down.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for the market to tank, get really hard pressure on it, and that's when they're gonna want to make a deal with us, because that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
But then
100%.
again, this is speculative and just like everyone's doing right now. And we're in an environment that is unlike any other, guys. We've never been in such a media driven environment than we are now. And that's why we look at catalysts, guys. That's why we read the news. That's why we try to find what information is out there. Because right now there's just a overall mix of information that's out there. Some of it's bullish, some of it's bearish. Nobody knows where it's going to go. And every single headline can completely swing the market.
Right.
And so I think the ones that are doing really good right now are people playing what I call volatility options. I think those are probably the traders doing the best right now. Uh, Volatility options are options that give you money if the market just moves. Because I don't think anyone's really winning on picking a direction right now. It's definitely difficult. For us day traders, it's a little bit easier as we are trading within closer time frames. But if you're a swing trader right now or a long-term trader, I definitely feel the pressure for you as you just don't know where the market's heading or which way it's going to pick.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough because it's like you know, we all want to be able to trade, and you need volatility for trading. But whenever the hardest part of this is that, like Mitch said, it's very media driven, and there's so many different news releases and catalysts that are coming out that it's like if you're holding any medium to large cap stock that is influenced by the overall market, you're holding if you're holding it for a long time, it's kind of risky with how much this stuff has been coming out lately. I know the other day I was in AMD and it just got squeezed up as the market just ripped, and I think that it's a tough market to trade, but you could also trade with it.
Yep.
Do you guys really want to go? No, man. I mean, I don't. And like I said, I'm very non-political here.
I
But
mean, I think a lot of that has to do with it's not about physical war pressure. It's about using a new tactic in this generation, and it's pressures on the market, pressures on trade talks,
yeah,
pressures on currency, and that's how majorities of countries make their moves now. In the old days, that was, oh, we're going to war. But I think in the new day, it takes a lot more kind of, let's say, um, like big events that cause, let's say, lives for us to go into war. Other than that, I think governments try now to make what we call negotiations,
yeah,
and I think this is just negotiation tactics run by Trump,
yeah.
and that's how he wants to run it.
It's
And at the end of
leverage.
the day, he understands one word, I think, and that's power. If there's one thing I don't think we can definitely try Trump on is power, and power he's trying to use.
Hmm. Yeah, I
He's
think I think with
it's
these
the
trade
strongest
talks,
country.
I think with these trade talks, it's all about leverage. They're both trying to have leverage over each other, and so they're both
It's a battle
refusing
of
to budge.
leverage.
They're
I
both
agree.
refusing to budge, and that's all it is. And we'll see which one gives out first. Is all it is. We'll see which one can get, you know, get hit on from the American public from their communities for long enough. It depends. Like our community in our country, tend to attack Trump, and which is understandable. But I don't think China's necessarily will be like that. I think they'll be a little bit more supportive of their leaders' decisions, and that will ultimately give them a little bit more leverage over us. To where it's like Trump running for re-election, if he doesn't get this sorted out before, leading up to the 2020 race, then I think he's gonna have to just finish it, so that it's not a chip on his shoulder for the whole race
Nope.
in 2020.
One of the things I think we got to pay attention for today, guys, is what's going to come out if the China. There's two things that can happen today, guys. Let's actually go over it. There's two things. They're either going to come out with really positive news, Trump coming out saying, hey, we got it, guys. Done deal. It's over. We got a deal.
Mm.
Or we can get the opposite side, which is going to be China attacking us and telling us, hey, well, you guys don't want to budge. You guys are not trying to make a deal with us. We're going to go ahead and get on out of here. And the negative part about that side that I'm seeing in the news is that Trump has supposedly stated that he's willing to increase tariffs all the way up to 30% if they do not make a deal right now. And that's a
Those are
really
big words to
negative.
back up.
Yeah, that's a negative tie right now in the market. I think that was what you saw on that downtick yesterday, is really that news, because that's kind of like one of those implied effects that can come from a negative outcome in this trade talk. And so if that's going to happen, if they go and they hit the tariffs a lot harder, or they make the tariffs come in earlier, that's really going to make the move.
Yeah, we could look at Roku here. I'm gonna watch Roku. What's up, Relentless? What's up, bro? Long time no see, man. No, I seriously doubt that. Yeah, BBBY is probably my favorite gapper. I mean, like I said, somebody asked me, they said, you're thinking about shorting it on positive catalysts? And you gotta understand, like, just because the stock has a positive catalyst doesn't mean it's gonna push up. I mean, it's gapping up now, but that might even make it a little bit more overextended in the long run. Yeah, BBBY is probably the main one I'm watching. It just I like the levels for BBBY. I like the levels. It's very self-evident levels here. Like I said, this is the range I'm looking at. If it breaks this pre-market high, it looks strong, and if it doesn't break the pre-market high and breaks down underneath some of these support levels, it looks a little weak to me. And so we'll see what happens. But yeah, you're going to get gaps that fail all the time. One of my favorite strategies is attacking gap fails. And I'm not saying this one specifically is going to fail. Like I always say, you never really know. This thing could skyrocket up and squeeze up, or it could just break these support levels and look really, really weak. Who knows? But in the end, I'm watching it regardless. Either way it heads. Yeah, the news on BBBY was, let me find it again. I know they named a new CEO, and it was also got a raised price target, I think, if I remember it correctly here. This one is up. Sorry, I'm trying to find the catalyst. I saw it earlier. Oh, I know how to find it. Here. So this one, so BBBY is... This one is up after the company announced Mark Tritton will succeed Mary Winston as CEO. And again, this is from BZ Newswires. It says, quote, the company announced Mark Tritton will succeed Mary Winston as CEO, and he was also named president. Telsey Advisory Group upgraded Bed Bath & Beyond from market perform to an outperform, and the price target from $14 to $16. So raised price target, a newly announced CEO, and he was also named president. The same guy was also named president. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep an eye on the cannabis stocks here as well. Cron CGC. Again, the trading stocks are actually up. So we got TD Ameritrade, AMTD gapping up some. I might watch that one. We got ETFC, E-Trade. We got Schwab, SCHW, I believe. And so all those are gapping up. Yeah, I mean, it was upgraded. It's had good CEO news, and it was upgraded some. Like I said, what's everybody's main watch today? What's everybody else watching? because yeah, I'm watching Schwab. I'm watching TD Ameritrade, but my main watch is Bed Bath and Beyond, and we'll see what else we can find. Like I said, PUMP actually is moving some. Let's see if this one's tradable. I don't think it probably is. Um, it is tradable, so PUMP looks interesting here as well. PUMP, it is tradable. Uh, RARX is tradable. BBBY is tradable.
All right. All right, guys. So some of the stocks I'm going to be watching, I'm going to run through it right quick. Uh, we already mentioned BBBY. We can talk about the stock that has been said to potentially go to zero. PSG,
Nah,
PCG.
yeah, PCG.
This is a stock that we've been talked about. I mean, I said this was going to zero. I don't like to be very speculative, but I never thought this company was coming back, and that was when it was in the 20s, and now it's at $7, and just got a downgrade to a potential $5 goal. So
Right.
this one definitely taking the hit, and analysts have given it two things. Analysts either put it at $15 in the next 6 months or put it at $5. So let's see where it goes.
Yeah, we'll
Nobody
see.
knows, but I definitely think you won't hear about PSG for too much PCG for too much longer.
Honestly, I'm surprised this thing's even still around. This is, I know I've said it before, but this is the company that is speculated to have caused the California wildfires, or at least some of them. And again, not 100%, it's all speculation, but they think this company, and this company actually got sued for starting some of those fires in California, some of the California wildfires. And so with that, it did get a bailout from the California government. But I'm just surprised it's still around, honestly. It's not that I want it to go to zero, but I kind of think it should, you know.
Yep, it's kind of the same look or long-term look I have on Johnson and Johnson. Once a company or brand gets a bad name, eventually consumers start losing confidence, and in the long run, once consumers lose confidence, it doesn't matter how much investment you have behind you. If you can't get consumer confidence back, then you go ahead and you lose your consumers, thus losing your business.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I can kind of see how both of those, especially Johnson and Johnson. As a parent, everybody knows Johnson and Johnson, the whole bad baby soap stuff.
Yeah, I have a very long term outlook on that one. That's a bearish. I don't have a position, guys, but that's just my look.
Yep. Hey,
All right,
appreciate
guys.
the
Another
sub.
one we can look at today, guys. Netflix. Netflix getting downgraded. I definitely think Netflix is going to be under $200 in the near future. So, gonna watch that one. It can definitely tank bigger stock, guys.
Yeah, Netflix. I just haven't liked Netflix as much lately. I've been watching Amazon Prime and Hulu. Hulu's got some good stuff. Appreciate the sub,
Yeah,
Lex.
I think it's just what has happened now is before Netflix was what we call an industry leader, right?
Yep.
And when you have an industry leader, they're usually the one that gets the most interest, the most investments, and everything behind it. But what ends up happening to industry leaders is that they eventually run into growth problems. And I think that's what's happened here for Netflix. It's used so much money. This is actually, if you look into the amount of investments that Netflix does, it doesn't seem like it's a real profitable business. But their profitability doesn't come from necessarily where they are today, it's where they're going to go.
Right.
And so with Netflix, I think what's happening here is everyone thought that there was not going to be another real, true major provider or major competitor. And I think what ended up happening is the different companies actually noticed it. And instead of trying to make one company compete with Netflix, I think they tried to create a bunch of smaller companies that are now getting a competitive advantage.
Yeah, kind of
We
chipping
can
away
talk
at the market
about,
share.
yep, we can talk about Disney and creating their own platform and pulling their content. Then you can talk about different companies even networks pulling their stuff. And then that's where you really start seeing the negative of play in. Comcast supposedly to come out with their own kind of version of Hulu or Netflix, and they're gonna pull their content off of that
Comcast
and
needs to
stuff.
go somewhere though. I hate Comcast, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of
Worst
the day,
company
they're
ever.
they're setting themselves up. They have wireless now. They're gonna have TV content. They're setting themselves up to be just as strong,
Yeah.
if not stronger, because if they can make, let's say, I mean, of course, Netflix has what we call their own content, which is Netflix driven movies and shows, and that is doing well for them.
Right.
Maybe not as well as they wanted to do, but that's really the
Still
only
going
thing
well.
that's separating Netflix as a, let's say, competitive advantage now, because now you do have Hulu, you have other movie options, you got Amazon Prime. There's so many competitors out there. It used to be that there was no one that could possibly be as strong as Netflix, and I think now it's just not viewed that much.
Yeah.
So the big thing with Netflix is going to be their subscriber rate on their next earnings, guys. That's what you can really pay attention to. If their subscriber rate goes down, then the idea of the retractment in Netflix is actually going to be kind of, the premise will be true. And then I think the stock will come back down to levels to try to find some balance.
Right.
And when you think about it, this stock made it all the way up to 400 last year, guys. Almost 420.
Yeah. Big drop since then, man. For
All right,
sure.
the next one, guys, a penny stock here, guys. NTAP. NTAP. Oh, no, NTAP's not the penny stock. It's the next one down. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. But NTAP, we're going to watch this one. Really negative news. Goldman, I think it was Goldman Sachs that was the analyst that downgraded this one. So watch that one. Um, Today we can look at U.S. Steel to bounce back. They got positive news. This is what we call a bearish stock for sure. If you look at U.S. Steel over the last 2 years, it's just gone on a downtrend from $50 all the way down to $10.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Victor. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate the subscribe, man. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live every weekday. We also break down the news on all the big stocks in the morning, and we attack the open for free on YouTube. If you want to watch that, hit the subscribe button. Open is in 1 minute, team.
All right, guys, and the last one I'll mention is Kroger's. Kroger's KR is a supermarket that does look very, very bearish in my eyes on the daily chart, and I'm going to be looking today if it can crack supports. If it can crack supports, I think we can get down there to a good level here. What I like about this stock is there's not much support underneath this, and when there's no price levels underneath, it usually has a tendency to flood right through versus holding. So the price point I'm going to be looking at this one is going to be 2350s. If we can break 2350s, I think we can really start breaking down on Kroger.
Yep, looks good, man. All right, team. Look, we got 20 seconds, team. 20 seconds to the bell. Let's do this. So we're gonna watch. I'll probably keep Bed Bath and Beyond here on my main chart because that one is probably the best gap up this morning. I think maybe, like I said, we're gonna look to see if we get a gap fill. But who knows? 5 seconds, team.
All right, guys. Also, airlines getting hit today, guys. Pay attention for the airlines.
All right. So hey, appreciate the sub, Brady. Welcome to the team, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade the open live for free every weekday morning. And then we also have one story time a day. I know half of you guys are subscribing for that story time. I know. Appreciate the sub, Will. What's up, bro? All right, guys. So, market slightly down. Nothing really big yet. AMD dropping kind of big, though. Down to 28.45. But a lot of times these will retrace. Bed Bath Beyond is down slightly as well, but insignificant move so far. I think the big level with like MU and AMD is where's the previous day's close? That looks to be right around where it's at now. Let me see.
All right, guys. We had a lot of volume flood into Michael's yesterday at the close, so be watching that one, guys.
All right, so yeah, AMD bounced down here, and the interesting level for AMD again is this previous day's close, which is right here where it just broke underneath it. And so AMD with this move down here, if it pulls back to the VWAP, I want to see the VWAP drop down a little bit closer. So hopefully that previous day's close at 28.46 can act as some resistance there. So I'm watching AMD a lot right now. That's what I'm keeping an eye on. But again, we'll see. It needs to drop a little bit more. If it rebounds right now, I don't like it. So we're going to watch that. SPY is sideways so far. We look at the SPY here. The SPY is, yeah, just completely sideways. Let's see. Let's wait for a trend. Bed Bath & Beyond went all the way down to 1175, but then just put a really big wick in. It's up there at 1190s now.
Hey guys, well I just got an instant in, instant out, so just got squeezed immediately on my entry there.
What's up, Abby? Good morning, man. All right, there goes Bed Bath & Beyond ripping up here.
I just got faked out. Nasty.
Yeah, it happens, brother.
Yeah, it literally just wicked me out, and then went right back down through the low. It would be up 10 cents at least.
Opening bell super volatile, you know.
Yeah, I had the position there. I just didn't get the right entry. MIK shooting up there. AVYA shooting up there to 1310s.
SPY's bullish right now, team. SPY's running up.
EVBY shooting up there.
Hey, appreciate the new sub, Dan. Appreciate it, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day. Hit that subscribe button, team. I'm not minding AMD now if I can use this 51 level as risk. It's a little bit early, though. I generally like to wait at least 5 minutes after the bell. But there's the drop.
Good Lord. This is frustrating. That stock that I showed it just now already down 40, 50 cents.
All right, there's AMD back up there. Like I said, I could use the previous high as my risk up here at 51s maybe, but I'm going to wait. A little bit too volatile for me. I'm going to wait till about 35 or so, 5 minutes in or so. All right, there goes AMD back down. If AMD bounce back up, if AMD can bounce back up to 46, 28, 46, maybe I'll consider shorting into it with the risk level of 51. And so my risk is 5 cents. Very small. We'll give it a shot here. We'll see if we get that bounce up, though. Really, I'd like it to bounce up with a new candle, and so we'll see. There goes MU tanking here. The other problem is like my risk reward's not that great with AMD, so I might actually wait. Not the best risk reward. The reward is down to 40, so my reward's 6 cents. My risk is 5 cents. It's a little bit better than 1-to-1, but not much. And then the SPY's ripping up to 290s here. Hey, appreciate the sub, King Richard. What's up, bro? Appreciate it, man. I'm going to wait. SPY's a little bit too strong for me to short AMD right now, I think. Yeah, there goes AMD. MU's not looking bad. Maybe I'll look at MU. But MU's getting hit, which might drag AMD down here. But I like the confirmation, though, in this one. It's just about where's my reward target. That's the biggest issue with this one. Like, if I short it up here, it's not bad. But the range is small. And if it breaks out of that range, it might be worse for me. All right, AMD squeezing up. Glad I didn't get in it. That was why I wanted to wait. It's just too a little bit too early for it, and the range isn't big enough. Bad risk reward, so glad I didn't jump in that one. Maybe we'll keep an eye on it, but we need better risk reward for it. Schwab and Charles Schwab is up there now, and it looks kind of like a VWAP fade. What did Bed Bath & Beyond end up doing? So it ripped. So Bed Bath & Beyond, remember what I said this morning though, team. A lot of times you're going to get a fake out here at the pre-market high break, and so I want to see it hold support there. I want to see it break and hold support there if I'm going to consider longing that one. Yeah, I can trade the TVIX. Yeah, I can trade it. All right, there's the move, and there's the support that was held there. Roku. Schwab's up there. I'm still considering Schwab and AMD. I'm just going to wait, though. But yeah, it did hold support there at that 34 level. Now, you could use that level as risk if you're trying to long this thing. But it also has got some resistance at 1250, the $half level. Maybe kind of looking at MU here. MU. Let's see. My risk could be at 85, so about a 5-cent risk for MU2. 77s, 78s, 79s, 80s. There's a squeeze up. Maybe hesitating a little bit too much. 82s. Waiting on MU maybe. I like the risk reward for MU, but SPY's rip it up. We'll give it a chance. Maybe I missed it. Maybe just hesitated a little bit too much with it. I saw it start to squeeze. That's my fault though. That's my mistake there. SPY. I was looking at the SPY. SPY started to rip. I have to remember though. I think still early. We got lots of time though. All right, there's 79s. Like I said, I'm gonna wait. 82s, 81s. I broke that previous high now. See, I don't think I'm hesitating this time. I think it looks kind of strong here for MU. Maybe I'm giving myself too tight of a risk here as well, though. All right, I jumped in with 300 shares for MU. I'll give it a tight risk. There's 82s. Like I said, I'm in with 300 shares, so a small position. And hopefully it gets rejected here, but if it doesn't, I'm just going to get out for a tiny, tiny loss.
All right, guys. Short here on UAL. Short here UAL. Risk is 85.50s.
And about to get out of this one. I'm out. So $30 loss on MU. I just squeezed up past my risk level. Yeah, I'll throw you up.
All right, guys. Don't want to see shares filling in the 50s here. Getting squeezed really quickly here. Let's see if it's a fake out here. Hand on the trigger to get out.
Yeah, there goes MU. Glad I got out of it. MU was just a fake out, which happens. Kind of looking at CGC too, but we'll see. What else we got? AMD wasn't bad. But AMD was a little bit too choppy. Now I picked a trend. If AMD bounces back to 46, maybe I can risk off of 51 now. MU squeezed me out, so glad I got out of that one.
All right, looking good, guys. I'm going to be looking to add here on any bounce.
Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond for a VWAP bounce, but again, there goes the fake out for BBBY. It got rejected right back underneath that pre-market high. So, fake out there. MU actually broke highs of the day, so that was the right exit for that one for me. AMD. Now the question is, do I want to short AMD even though MU is breaking highs? I don't know if I do. I give myself a tight risk here. There's the rejection. Well, I'll think about it as it moves up.
All right, got to be careful here, guys. Need to see one more rejection happen here. If not, it's going to squeeze past my entry. There's 54. It's not looking good. Anything gets filled up here, probably going to get squeezed out. Spread opening up. Yep, squeezed out.
I'm still considering AMD. I don't know if I'm going to jump in that one. We'll wait.
Probably going to take one more trade and just get out of here. Execution's off.
Don't stress it, brother. I mean, we all go through slumps in trading, man. I know I have, for sure. Just hang in there, bro.
Yeah. Don't worry, Gifford. You don't want to see it. It's over.
He just got out, Gifford. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not the most well versed in options trading, so I could say something. I might tell you the wrong answer though. You know. Here goes AMD pulling back here. Like I said, maybe I'll jump in with like a few hundred shares of AMD. There's 44s.
So frustrated. Just tried the pairs trade and it just didn't work out for me. DAL fading perfectly today. Saw that one. Tried to get after another airline and just didn't work out.
Yeah, it happens, bro. I mean, we all, like I said, we all go through slumps, man. Don't stress it. CGC maybe for a fake out fade, but getting kind of some sideways action. And with the market squeezing up, I'm going to be very safe with this AMD trade with the market squeezing up. Like, if it breaks this 47 level, I just got to jump out. There's 43s. There's better. There's 41s. A little bit better. Maybe scale down a little bit, Mitch, and then try to just kind of go small, and just try to, you know what I mean? That's what I try to do a lot of the time. Like, if I'm not doing super hot, I just kind of scale down and wait,
Yeah, I'm just probably going to take one more trade and get out of here. It's just try its best. This is definitely not the way to do it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not with options. I might not be the best guy to give you guys advice on it. Like I have a few option strategies that I trade, but on average, I'm not like super well versed in it or anything. All right, here's the squeeze up. Like I said, we break 47. I just got to jump out of this one. There we go. That's 44s. I don't mind AMD here. It's a very small position, so it's not like super emotional or anything like that. But the big thing is like, do I want to add to it? I like the rejections up here. The rejections aren't bad. But we're essentially waiting for a low of the day crack with AMD. The risk reward is just not that good because it's super choppy. It's the biggest problem with it, I think. And with a lot of these, we're getting chop. Like cannabis, we're getting chop. Market's sideways, but it's up. It's very bullish. We'll see what we get with CGC. Maybe we're going to watch that one. The reason I do like this is like I like all these resistance levels up here. They make my trade really easy for AMD. And we've been getting rejections every time we go up there for it too, which is great. That's a triple top so far, but we just got to see if it holds. Right now we're just getting a lot of wicks, up wicks consolidation. So if we get a breakout, it could be big. There's 46. So I'm just going to minimize this very, keep it small. All right, there's 44s again. Just so many wicks playing off of AMD right now. We'll see if it picks a downward trend. Basically what I'm doing now is that it's just a sideways choppy trend. We'll see if it picks a direction now, but for now this is one that I just kind of gotta, I can protect myself. There's no way I'm going to add to this one. BBBY had a nice little VWAP bounce, but that pre-market high is too close to it for me. CGC. I don't know whether I want to set 47 or 48 as my risk for this one. I could set $50, but that's just bad risk reward. But yeah, I've had more losing trades today. If this one turns to be a losing trade, I've had more today than I had for the entire rest of the week. So maybe that's a sign I should just hang it up after this one. I mean, I'll probably keep trading, but yeah, there's 46. Whoa. Level 2 acting kind of funny. 47. I scaled out with one share. Great. Yeah, there's the squeeze up. I'm going to just jump out of that. Yeah, small loss. $12 loss. So just keeping it small right now. Fades haven't been working super well today. And so I'm just going to wait for good setups. And then look at the SPY. So this is what we're actually getting here. Look at the SPY. SPY ripping up. Big, strong push. Something had to come out. Let's look, see what happened with the market. Let's look. All right, so yeah, something did just came out. Financials outperform as the Fed is to finalize its updated framework for regional banks, which would reportedly free between 100 and 250 billion from the latest capital and liquidity requirements. That's what we got so far. And then I'm looking at global news on Thinkorswim. U.S. President Trump says China wants to make a deal, but, quote, do I? Question mark. Great. Just like we said earlier, more volatility is just what we need today.
More fake media.
Yeah. You gotta be able to laugh at it though. There, I got out of AMD at the right time. There's the squeeze up.
I don't know how you laugh at it.
I mean, you gotta see the humor in it. You know. Kind of looking at CGC. I mean, maybe that market won't be as affected by this as we want, but just chop sideways. Gonna wait for like some 8+ setups. We'll see if the market actually picks a solid direction now. But I'm only down $42 on the day. We'll try to keep it small, but still over $600 in profit, and I'm just kind of hanging out right now. You tried to sneak one by me, Danny. I see you. I see you. Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with it. I'm down $42. It's, it's part of trading, you know. Yeah, guys, if you guys want to use the same scanners that we're using, go check out Trade Ideas. Best scanners in the game by far. I'm kind of looking at CGC. I mean, I really don't mind it. If I get in, it's going to be with like a very small share size. Today's one of those days where I'm just taking small size because I'm not really loving it. If we get the spread to even out, I'll take it. But for right now, I'm just not really loving anything. Kind of looking at the cannabis stocks. Maybe I missed an entry here for a fake out fade, but spread's a little bit too rough with this one. Still looking at CGC. Yeah, I'll throw you up. BB. What stock is BB? Let me look. Yeah, I mean, it's ripping up. I don't like it up here. I'd wait for a pullback to like 508 where the VWAP is, but again, it could start ripping up here. Who knows, man? Bed Bath and Beyond had a really nice VWAP bounce though. If we look at Bed Bath and Beyond, the only reason I didn't want it is because it's right in the middle of that pre-market high. Like that pre-market high is like right there in the middle of it, and it just kind of throws it off risk reward wise, so to speak. I'm gonna take a little feeler trade here with CGC with just 100 shares. See if we get a move down to 22 for like a small trade. SPA's way up there though. And if we break, let's see, what is that, 22, 23, I'll get out of it. Bloomberg says war would be bad for the economy. In my opinion, raising the minimum wage would be good for the economy and business. I don't know. Let's see what CGC gets. There's a squeeze on CGC. Just jumped out of it. I looked the other way for a second, man, and that's why you never should try trading. Luckily, it was 100 shares. But, yeah, I've had more losing trades today than I had the entire week previously. Luckily, I'm still pretty small. I took 300 shares or less today. And so I think with the market running like it is, I think shorting might be kind of moot today. Is a 50% return per month realistic for a good trader? Define realistic. It's possible. Do I think you should take the swings necessary for 50% gains per month? Probably not. You know? Yeah, it's plausible. Is it realistic? Not long-term sustainable, I don't think. I don't care what the gurus say. Like I said, I don't care what the gurus say. I don't care if they say, "Oh, I made 5,000% in 2 days." I think unless they have some type of verifiable proof, you know. But I think it's possible. I just think that here's AMD. AMD might be about to break up here. And then break the high of the day just did. AMD broke the highs. SPY's ripping up. But we're just getting so much sideways action today. What's up, Eagles? $7 gain minus commissions, net loss, and what? I mean, it just depends on what platform you're using. Like I said, I've got to take it slow today. I'm just the market's kind of sideways for most of the stocks I'm watching. Most of the stocks I generally trade are sideways right now. It's no fun to trade. MU is actually super volatile though. What else we got? Roku. Let's take a look. Roku sideways too now. Netflix. Netflix is bullish with the overall market. Tesla is too. Tesla had a really nice view out bounce there. There goes CGC that just got rejected right underneath it, but I guess that's what I get for trading sideways choppy action. Yeah, for sure. If you make a bunch of small trades with 60%, 70% spreads, you should do okay. What? What do you mean, man? The spread of a stock is 60 to 70%. I don't know. I'll put it this way. Trying to make 50% in how long was it? Per month. Unrealistic. Not realistic. And again, I know that's not what the gurus are going to tell you, but most of the time the gurus are trying to sell you their $1,000 day trading course, right? And so, of course, they're going to say, yeah, you can make $1 million because nobody wants patient trading. Nobody wants real trading. They want to get rich quick. They want to make money fast. And then if I say this, like I said, if I say this, all the people that are currently paying for those courses, it's too hard for them to accept. And so they're going to jump on me and attack me and say, well, maybe you just suck as a trader and maybe that's just not what happened to you or whatever they want to say, right? But in the end, it's very difficult. It's possible, but it's very difficult to consistently make that type of money every month. 50%. I mean, if you, in a realistic perspective, if you were making 50% a month, like you'd be super rich in a year, right? And the reason nobody does that is because it's very, very difficult to do. And yeah, in the end, I think slow and steady wins the race. In trading, I think that if you try to make too much and you try to go too crazy, that it's just going to end up backfiring on you. And I think slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, volatility. It wasn't that good for me, man. Right, exactly. Sid is actually. Yeah, Mitch is here. Sid is exactly right. You can't plan your gains for the month. It just depends on what the market gives you. Yeah, exactly. E-Rock. And like I said, I think it's difficult. I think you can do it. Like for instance, like if you have a $500 account with 6-to-1 margin, yeah, it's possible to make 50%. It's possible to make 100%. You can turn that 500 into 1,000 very easily. But as that account grows larger and larger, you have to understand you're going to be taking a lot of risk per trade, and while you might be consistently accurate, eventually you're going to take a big loss, man. You know what I mean? And that's going to wipe out the gains. And so it's about slow and steady. Like you want to trade slow. Like I think a realistic, like I think, yeah, hang in there, brother. Don't stress it. But yeah, I think in the end, it's all about. I think in the end, you can't have unrealistic expectations towards trading. right? You just can't. You have to be real. And like I said, I think if you want to see if somebody's real, see if they live stream every day. Like be on the lookout. Like it's one of the reasons like I respect TradeNet because they live stream every day. You know, and the TradeNet packages. I know I'm leading into a big sellout here, but the TradeNet packages actually are solid value. It comes with a course, access to a chat room, a demo account, and then it also comes with the most people are approved for the funded account program as well, which I think is pretty much the reason why everybody gets it. And that allows new traders to day trade with no PDT rule, actually short stocks, you know, and do a lot of other stuff. It operates like a prop firm, so there's a 70-30 split, and there is a max loss of 700. But if you go through my link, you're paying $3.99 for these packages. It's just super cheap. And that way, new traders can actually trade without risking a ton. Let's be honest here. Most of the time, new traders deposit thousands into a conventional platform, and then they lose that. And then that's gone, right? So they're losing thousands of dollars, where it's like you can get your feet wet with TradeNet and risk much, much less while being able to day trade and short. And I think that alone is super beneficial. Again, if I'm being honest here, I think most traders are probably going to lose their TradeNet packages as well. I think new traders are just going to lose. You know, it doesn't matter where they go. But this is one of the cheaper ways to do it. And so I'll post that link if anybody wants to. It's also a great way to help support our channel here. Like I said, we're not experts or gurus here. We're not experts or gurus. We give everything away for free. But if you want to help support our channel here, I'll post this link. And so, yeah, it's a great way to help support our channel. We do make a commission if you sign up through us. But again, we put everything out there for free. We day trade live on stream for free. We're not experts or gurus here. And so if you want to help support what we're doing, I'll post this link here as well. There's the link. Go check them out. Like I said, you can get the intro package for $3.99 through my link. But yeah, what I'm saying though, I know, but listen, man, you guys got to understand the truth, man. You guys got to understand the truth, which is that trading is extremely difficult. I don't care what the gurus say. I don't care what they preach. I don't care what they say. In the end, a large majority of traders are going to lose money. Everybody knows that. And in the end, it's going to take years to learn how to do it successfully. I don't care where you go. I don't care what course you buy. I don't care how good your mentor is. It's generally going to take years to do it successfully. Because it's not just about learning the strategies. It's not just about learning the right strategies. It's not about learning how to calculate risk reward. Part of it is. But it also has to do with your emotions and learning to control them. And if you can't learn to control those emotions, then you're bound to just take, you know, big losses and lose your account. And in the end, like I said, it doesn't matter where you go, what you do. It's going to take years for you to do the correct conditioning for yourself. Right? You can learn the strategies for free. All the strategies are available online for free. You know, you can find almost all the good strategies online for free. Part of them are on our channel. Go check them out. But in the end, regardless of what strategies you learn or use, it's going to take years to learn how to condition your brain to make the right decisions. And you're going to have to do something over and over and over and over again, and preferably using live money so you can actually build reasonable rules. But you're going to have to condition yourself to do it the right way. And without that conditioning, it doesn't matter what course you take, what guru teaches you it, what mentor you have. It's generally going to take years to learn how to do it successfully. Of course, nobody wants to hear that. Everybody that's currently paying $500 a month for, you know, whatever, they're all like, "Nuh-uh, man, you can do it quick. You know, just check out my guy. My guy's the one different guy in the market." And yeah, sure he is, buddy. But in the end, right, it's going to take years to learn how to do it successfully, team. And that's okay. Because once you learn how to do it, it'll be a skill you'll have for the rest of your life. Yeah, man. Hang in there, brother. All right, brother. Hang in there, man. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow's a new day, you know. And this is how trading is, man. It happens, brother, you know. I don't know if I'll trade anymore. I mean, I guess I might. CGC did fade, too. I think what we're getting a lot of is just chop. I think he's still here. I think he's about to leave though, Steve. And like I said, I'm not hating. Like I said, I like TradeNet. I think TradeNet streams every day. I think they offer the course and they offer the chat room and they offer all that stuff. But they also offer the funded account program. And so I think TradeNet's packages are super valuable. And I respect them because they actually live stream every day. And they're not too sleazy about it. Like that's what I like about TradeNet is like they're not too sleazy about it. People could hate on them or whatever they want, but you can't argue with the amount of stuff you're getting for those packages. But in the end, I think a lot of people push penny stocks because penny stocks you can kind of flash 1,000% gain, and all the new traders are going to look at that and say, man, I can make this so much money here in the market. When it's like, yeah, but Maddie forgot her computer. All right. So listen, in order to be a consistently profitable trader, and again, I can kind of vouch for it because, look, you guys want to see my trader view? I trade live for free every day, right? I trade live for free every day, and I've been trading for a few years. This is my graph prior till really yesterday. This is my graph, right? And so if we look at it, this is my graph. I know I look all crazy, so I'm gonna fix this really quick. This is my graph up until yesterday. I still have to upload, and so like I said, I'm consistently profitable. 90-day graph, consistently profitable, right? I still have some stuff I got to work on, and I'm not even close to be able to doing this professionally. Just to preface this with that understanding, I'm not even close because I still have a lot I need to work on with regard to my emotion in general. But I kind of know what it takes. I've been there. I've been doing this for years. I understand it, right? And in the end, here, let me pull myself back up. In the end, right, you got to just understand it, and you have to have reasonable expectations for trading. I know I'm kind of a buzzkill with this, and I think that's why some people hate on me, is because I'm a buzzkill. I tell people the truth that they don't really want to hear. Every new trader wants to believe that they're going to save up $1,500. Every new trader wants to believe they're going to save up $1,500 and then be able to pay their mortgage with their trading profits by trading that $1,500 next month. All they got to do is buy the right course and and trade the right way, and they'll be able to pay their mortgage, and they'll be able to show everybody who doubted them that they were right. And that's the new trader's dream. I get it. I was there. I did it. I do that too. I get it. But in the end, that's not a reasonable expectation. In the end, the truth is, most traders are going to lose that $1,500. Maybe they'll try again. Maybe they won't. Some of them are going to say it's rigged and give up trading. Some of them are going to get wrapped up into paying $4,000 or $5,000 on a course itself and whatever. But in the end, that's not a reasonable expectation. A much more reasonable expectation is hey, I'm going to save up $1,000, maybe $2,000. I'm probably going to lose it, but I'm going to use that to gain the necessary experience to keep learning how to trade, right? That's a reasonable expectation. I might save up this money, but you're probably going to lose it. Of course, there's going to be outliers who do it successfully and are able to turn that $1,500 into $3,000 or whatever it is. But again, statistically, that's unlikely. And even if they get lucky when they first get started, again, I don't care how good your guru is. I don't care how much stuff he knows. I don't care what he knows. In the end, the odds are stacked against you. And in the end, it's not what you know. Yeah, you can learn the best risk management in the world. You can have the best teacher in the world. You can learn the best strategy in the world, right? But in the end, when you put money into a live account and start trading with a live account, it's a whole nother animal, man. It's a completely different animal, and it's not about what you know. It's about conditioning yourself to not make the wrong decisions. It's about conditioning yourself with real money over and over and over and over and over again until your brain can react with second nature and make the right decisions without you having to tell it to. That's what it's about. It's conditioning. It's all about conditioning. It's like Pavlov and the dog, right? It's conditioning and doing the right tendencies over and over and over and over and over again until you make the right decisions, right? And that conditioning is going to come at a cost. It's going to take money. You're going to lose money while you're conditioning yourself to make the right decisions, because at first you're not going to make the right decisions and you're probably going to lose money. And so it's about conditioning your brain to make the right decisions. And that's probably going to cost you some money at first. But in the end, once you do it well enough, you're going to continue to do it over and over and over again. But that's really what it's about. Being consistently profitable is not just using the right strategy and risk management. Being consistently profitable is using the right strategies under the right market conditions, trading the right stocks in the right sector at the right time, and then using good risk management and calculating good risk reward the entire time while conditioning yourself to make the right decisions. That is consistently profitable trading. And if one of those things is out of whack, if one of those things isn't there, you're probably not going to be profitable. And that's why day trading is the single hardest form of investing there is. And so, like I said, I just try to be real with people about it. I mean, yeah, but in the end, man, like, think about it like this, Omar. If you have a problem with TradeNet, like, think about it like this, right? You could go to SureTrader. New traders can go the SureTrader route, and they can spend $150 on a platform, and they can do all that stuff. And in the end, I think that they're going to lose a lot more money in the market, right? Or new traders can go the TradeNet route, learn how to trade the market with a live account, and actually be able to learn. You know what I mean? Like that's the truth. And I think people hate on them because they lose their account, and I think that's what it is. But I'll put it this way: I would rather have had a TradeNet account when we first got started. When I first got started, because it would have saved me a lot of money in the end. I wouldn't have deposited thousands into SureTrader and lost that. And so in the end, I think you're paying $3.99 if you go through my link to get a package that the max loss is $700. And I think, sure, most people are going to lose. And so, of course, that's a pretty safe bet on their end. And it's not something I'm mad about. Why do you think SureTrader has so many shorts? Right? SureTrader has so many shorts because they make a market for your shorts. Right? So SureTrader's taking the other side of your trade too. And I mean, I think you have to be realistic about all platforms and not just kind of cherry pick TradeNet and be like, oh, TradeNet's bad or whatever. I think you have to be realistic about all of them because they all want you to. They all are a business there. You know what I mean? Like SureTrader's the same way. It's that SureTrader has much higher fees. And so in the end, like I said, I think you have to be real about it, not let emotions get in the way of it. Yeah, I mean, and that's what and nobody wants to hear it, man. Like nobody wants to hear it. Like I said, somebody told me they were like, oh, look at all the bad reviews of TradeNet, and it's like, yeah, look at bad reviews for SureTrader, man. You go through any overseas platform, look at all the bad reviews because people are gonna lose money. Trading is an emotional game here. People are gonna lose money, and instead of being objective and being like, what did I do wrong here? Was this my platform's fault or was this my fault that I lost this account? Most people are gonna take the easy road and they're gonna blame their platform, right? That's just the truth too. But in the end, you know what I mean? I think TradeNet gives you a much cheaper way to get started in the market, and it comes with a course, a demo account, access to their chat room, and you get the funded account program. I don't understand how people can hate on them. Like I genuinely don't, because in the end, they're giving you a much cheaper route to trade the market and actually short stocks. I think most traders lose. You know what I mean? And so, in my mind, it's a pretty safe bet for them. But in the end, like I said, I think what they're giving you for the amount you're paying for it makes a ton of sense. Right. It's only a problem if they don't pay out. And I've never heard of anybody saying they don't pay out. I've actually had somebody that requested a withdrawal from them and got it within like 9 days. And so, like I said, man, uh, hey, what's up, Isaac? What's up, brother? Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, man, my biggest win ever. We're gonna change the subject. I mean, I'm not gonna keep. Uh, this isn't a question about their platform. Regardless, man, like I said, I think there's pros and cons to using any platform or broker or anything like that, and so I think you just got to measure the pros and cons, man. Right. I mean, Mark, like I said, risk reward wise for a new trader, I think it makes sense. Right. People can hate on TradeNet. Again, a lot of the time they're just emotional because they lost their account and now they're upset. And again, it's very hard for somebody to be introspective and say, you know what, I lost this money because of me. Like I made the wrong decisions. I lost this money because of me. It's very hard for somebody to do that. It's very easy for them to say it's their fault I lost it because they are doing this and that or whatever. It's very hard for somebody. It takes a very mature and introspective person to be able to do that. In the end, tell me a better option for new traders. I don't know of one. But again, I guess that's a subjective answer too. No, this is real. FBA. This is real. Yeah, with Taft's, the demo accounts have demo in the front. You stock trade? I mean, if you're only a long trader that doesn't need any leverage, maybe. And I like U stock. Like I said, I'm not mad. Like I'm not against U stock trade. I've traded on U stock. I got a lot of videos about U stock trade. Man, you guys are distracting me here. I got to trade today, guys. Well, I don't have to trade, but kind of want to trade. Let's see. Oh yeah, we still got to do story time today. I got to think of a story. I got a lot of stories I could tell. We got to do story time today too. And again, some people are gonna hate on me because I'm being real about the path, the realistic path for a new trader. But again, like I said here, like we don't sell a course here. Like I can afford to be honest with people about it because I'm not selling a dream. Um, but yeah, if you want to know whether you should look at whether somebody live streams shows their aspects of their trading, like that's the big thing, right? And that's what I said. Say whatever you want about TradeNet, but they live stream every day. And like I said, I think they're less sleazy about it than most people. AMD. AMD pulls back to the VWAP. I'll take it. But yeah, Omar, no hard feelings, brother. No hard feelings, bro. Like I said, we can use different platforms and disagree about it. You know what I mean? Like that's okay. I think in the end, all platforms are gonna have their pros and cons, and that some are gonna be better than others, and it's whatever. And yeah, I mean, we promote TradeNet. Like I said, I think almost every YouTube posts referral links for their platform and broker and service, and so we do too. One of the ways we keep the stream free. Really cool to see consistently profitable trading. I mean, I'm not super consistent. I'm kind of consistent. Like this account cost me $9,000, and so what $1,500 gain in a $9,000 account is I don't know what 20%, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to look up. Let me look it up. Yeah, 16.6%. But again, that's gross, not net. Net's gonna be worse. It's gonna be like 10%. Yeah, no worries, Omar. Like I said, bro, like we can all disagree. I think people get so competitive, and I'm not talking about you, Omar. Like you're actually pretty chill about everything, as am I. Like you know what I mean. Like we can have differing opinions, and that's okay. I think that's where people kind of get wrong about it. Like I wish everybody the best, man, even if they disagree with me. Because in the end, you know what I mean? Like, people are going to disagree on a number of different things, and that doesn't mean they can't be friends, Time for story time. I gotta think of a story for story time today. I gotta think of a story. Let me try to think of it. Let me think. I got some good stories. Here, I'll think of one. I'm gonna watch the market. I'll think of a story. I'll wait for CGC to pull back to the VWAP here. That's probably the last trade I'm going to take if we do get a pullback there. But I'm going to wait. All right, Sid. Yeah, I've done all right, Omar. I've done pretty well. Yeah, I appreciate it, Omar. Tell them the bicycle. Hey, look, it's Ray Ray. It's Ray Ray. Oh, the bicycle story. I don't know if you made that name just to mess with me. Let me see. Oh. Wouldn't it be funny if Ray Ray had like a brick as his profile picture? Yeah, I mean I'm down $50 on the day. It's small. And like I said, full transparency. If we want to upload the last few days here. Oh wait, you guys can see this. Okay, good. I was gonna move it here so you guys could see it, but I forgot. Yeah, if we want to upload the last little bit to Trader View. Today definitely hurt my accuracy. Wait, let me see when the last time I uploaded was. Trades view. Last time I uploaded was the 8th. Okay, yes, this is right. Yes. We'll go ahead and replace it. Alright. And if we upload. There we go. Yeah, so after yesterday, still 56 accuracy rate. Let's see what I am this past, the last 2 weeks since October. I don't think I'm that great with accuracy rate. Yeah, October I'm 57.1% accurate. The good thing about these stats is my largest gain versus my largest loss. My largest loss is $176. My largest gain is $757. Average winning trade is 106. Average losing trade is 75. Average hold time for a winning trade is 22 minutes. Average hold time for a losing trade is almost half that at 13 minutes. Max consecutive wins at 5. Max consecutive losses at 3. So overall solid trading so far in October. Not the best, but definitely not bad, I would say. Profit factor of almost 2 to 1. So not bad. You know, we'll keep pushing here. That's my stats for this month so far. Again, I'm going to wait for CGC to pull back some. And remember, team, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning. So if you want to watch us day trade the open, we're not experts or gurus here. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every weekday morning at 8:15. So again, hit the subscribe button, team. Let's do this. Let's grow this family here. That's right. Ray Ray's here, man. I don't know if Ray Ray made that. Ray Ray, man. Listen. If your real name is Ray Ray, I apologize. But yesterday, I told the story about me. We have story time every day. I told the story about me and a childhood friend named Ray Ray who was a bully. And so... What's up, guys? Yeah, I mean, we try, Omar. Like I said, man, we just... the reason, like I said, we could be transparent because we don't claim to be experts or gurus. You know what I mean? So it's like we can lose, and people can make fun of us for losing, and that's okay, I guess. In the end, it shows insecurity on their end if they're going to make fun of us for losses. Because, again, like, we're not experts or gurus. We don't claim to be. We're just traders trading the market, letting people watch us. That's all we do. All right, let me think of a story, guys. I know I have some good stories to tell. Let me think of some. Give me a second, guys. I'm watching CGC. I'm waiting for a pullback on CGC. But that's probably the only stock I'm going to look at. Let me look at Kron, another cannabis stock as well. Kron I don't like as much. So, Ray Ray's your real name? Most of the time. It depends on the stocks I'm trading, JS. It depends. So, like, yeah, if I'm trading a mid and high cap stock, I generally want to short if the market is bearish and vice versa. One of the reasons I took small sizing today is because I saw some good fade setups, but the market was bullish. And so I didn't want to go crazy with size because I was kind of trading against the overall market today. Is your real name Ray Ray? Because, or did you just make that to make fun of me from yesterday? All right. Let me think of a story. I've got some stories, but they're not really PG stories, and I don't necessarily want to talk about these on stream. And so I would tell you those. Maybe another, if I make another channel, I'll tell some stories. What if I made a channel called John's Story Time? And I made I live streamed a story every day. I've already told the story about Sunshine and Sunshine, the pony. I've told that one. I got a story, I guess. Yeah, alright. Yeah, he had to make it, right? That would just be the funniest coincidence. I appreciate it, Steve. Ray Ray. Oh, no, I know. We've talked to Ray Ray. I appreciate it, Thomas. Thanks, bro. I know he said it was real, but that's what I said. He's got to be messing with me. Alright, so, I got a story. So, one day, when I was about 6, I have an older sister named Katie, right? I've got an older sister named Katie. And I grew up in the 90s. And so I was at my Mimi's house. And my Mimi, like I said, old Cajun lady. She has since passed away. Rest in peace to my Mimi. But back in the day, we used to stay at her house. And this was back in the 90s. And she only had one television in the living room. That was the only TV she had in the house. And so my sister and I, this is the first time I busted my lip. My sister and I were fighting over the TV. My sister wanted to watch like Dawson's Creek or some nonsense. And I wanted to watch Rugrats because, Rugrats were gangsters. And so I wanted to watch Rugrats. My sister wanted to watch some dumb teenager show or whatever it was. And my sister basically got to the remote before me, right? My sister was recording it on a VCR. This was back before DVR. My sister was recording whatever show she wanted to watch on a VCR or whatever it was. And so my sister and I are fighting over this remote. My sister walks away. And as my sister walks away, I change the channel to Rugrats because I'm trying to watch Rugrats. And so my sister comes in and realizes that I turned the channel. I changed the channel on her as she was trying to record whatever her teenager show was. I can't even remember what it was at the time. And I put it on Rugrats. So my sister and I start to scuffle over this remote, right? Eventually, my sister cocks back and just bam! Just whacks me in the face, busts my lip. I start bleeding everywhere. Big old busted lip. And I had to tell the story about how my sister busted my lip because I put on Rugrats, the TV show. The end. That's my story time for the day. Basically, to give you a breakdown of what happened, I changed the channel, put on Rugrats. My sister punched me in the lip, busted my lip. I ran away crying as a 7-year-old. You know, the end. Alright, and that's story time for the day. I'll try to think of another one for tomorrow, team. Yeah, everybody used to watch Rugrats, man. Rugrats were gangsters of the 90s. Everybody knows. How did you meet Carol? I met Carol at a friend's house. I had this other girl that I knew, and this was back in the Facebook days. Or she like sent me a message. I don't know if it was on Facebook or if it was on like IM. I think she sent me a message on AIM, and said hey. And me and my friend Scardina went to go hang out with her, Jen, and Carol. But then the girl Jen was actually trying to get with me, but I didn't like Jen, and so I got with Carol instead. I met Carol, and we started talking, and we went on a date and stuff. Is how it went. But yeah, that's my story of my sister busting my lip over watching Rugrats as a 7-year-old at my Mimi's house. Alright, we're still waiting on CGC, but we never got the pullback. We got Tesla, though. Tesla is up there. I don't know if I want to short into Tesla right now. I might just close it down. I'm looking at the scanners. We got cars on the scanner. CARS. I can tell y'all the story about how the most shallow part of my daughter, which is one day my daughter, when my wife was pregnant. I guess I'll tell the story tomorrow. Stay out of this, Ray Ray. Stay out of this, man. You stay out of this, bro. You want to hear my favorite quote from my daughter? When my wife was pregnant with my son, we took my daughter out to get ice cream, and my daughter must have been like 4. My daughter literally said this to my wife. My daughter said, my wife's like 9 months pregnant. It was like a day before my son was born, actually. We were out eating ice cream, and my daughter was like 4. And my daughter looks at my wife and says, "Ice cream reminds me of how beautiful I am." And I looked at my daughter in the face and I said, "That's the most egotistical thing I've ever heard in my life." And my wife and I busted out laughing. She does, Omar. She remembers it. Hey, nice trade, gamer. Nice work, brother. Let's see. But yeah, that's my favorite quote. Ice cream reminds me of how beautiful I am. Let's see. Gamer took it from 113 to 121. You still holding some? You're long, I'm assuming, Gamer, right? Yeah, yesterday was a really nice bullish day for Roku. Yeah, I'm looking at Roku now. Roku doesn't look bad. It's just very bullish, or it's very bearish right now. If it pulls back to the VWAP, it might get interesting. But we got that opening range low. Yeah, I was, man. I was in Houston this year. So I'm not actually in Houston. I'm a little bit north of Houston and like a suburb up north. And so I was in Houston. My mom actually was like, my mom's not fully in Houston. My mom's out in like Spring. And so my mom got hit. My mom's like on the border of Spring and Houston. But my mom got hit with one of the floods. She lived in an apartment, downstairs apartment, a year or two ago when the floods happened, and they like completely destroyed her apartment. Look, I'll unhide C and B, but he's still doing it. Hey, C and B, you know nobody can see what you're posting now because I've banned you, right? Like I've banned you from the channel, so you can't post anymore. So even though you might be posting it, nobody's going to see it. Right, he might be, man. He might have heard his name rang in the streets, and Ray Ray heard it, and you know, now he's coming back for revenge, is what could be happening here with Ray Ray. I should be concerned, man. You know, it might be Ray Ray coming back, man. Who knows? I'm ready though, you know. Like I said, lesson learned. Yeah, lesson learned. Then, you know, like somebody else said yesterday, never bring plastic dinosaurs to a brick fight. Right. Yeah, that's same thing with me, Steve. She lived right around. My mom lived right around. She's since moved, but she lived off of Kirkendall and Luetta is where my mom lived. Apparently, it's not pronounced Kirkendall, but I've pronounced it Kirkendall since we moved here. Yeah, I mean, 115 bailout. Yeah, I mean, this level here is really interesting, like right here, because it's the pre-market low, but it's also the low right here of the previous day from that little flag. And so I think this level makes a lot of sense. Oh, no, she's okay, Omar. This was a few years ago. Luckily, like I said, like my mom was renting the apartment, so she didn't own the apartment, and so she lost all her stuff, but insurance paid for most of it, and the apartment complex moved her to an upstairs apartment, so like she's okay. It wasn't her apartment, she was just renting it, luckily, which was very lucky on her end. Could have been a lot worse if she owned it. My mom's had bad luck, though. Like, we're from Louisiana, and my mom used to live in Denham Springs, Louisiana. And then my mom got hit with a flood back. I don't know if anybody remembers the big Louisiana flooding in Denham Springs. It didn't really make much news, but it was a terrible flood about 3 or 4 years ago. My mom actually owned a house out there, and that completely got destroyed. My mom lost her house. And then my mom moved out to Texas to be closer to us. And then the flood happened a year or two after she moved here. She got hit with another flood, but luckily she didn't own this one. And so it was tough, but bad luck for my mom. Now she's about to move up to Canada, and I'm kind of jealous. Yeah, man, isn't that crazy, Joseph? I appreciate it, Stocks. Yeah, that's rough, Steve. Hey, man, yeah. Happy thoughts her way, brother. Hope she bounces back from it, man. Joseph said, I just came back to Texas after 8 months in Thailand. The CBD shops are crazy. Yeah, man, you could go to a shop here in Texas and buy CBD hemp buds, and it looks just like real bud, right? It looks just like real bud, smells like real bud. Like, they're actually having a hard problem. They're actually having struggles to prosecute like weed now in Texas because it's hard to differentiate between what's real weed and just hemp CBD. You know, because it looks exactly the same, it smells exactly the same and everything. And so it's like they're having a hard time finding probable cause here now because what they used to previously be able to say, oh, I smell weed, now it's like they might be smelling CBD, and so they don't necessarily get that probable cause like they did before. It's like a big thing here in Texas now. They're struggling with that. I don't know if I want to name it here, man. If you want to message me on Discord, Steve, I'll try to remember it for you. I don't know if I want to name it here, though, brother. It's just going to, you know. Yeah, I love Canada, man. My stepdad is Canadian. He's from Ontario, Canada. I love Canada. Super nice people. Great weather during the summer. The winters are a little cold, though. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to trade anything else today. We'll see, guys. Don't know yet. We're going to wait it out and see. But that might be it for now. But yeah, guys, like I said, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning. And so if you want to see what it's actually like day trading the market for free every day, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. And yeah, like I said, come watch us trade again here. We go live every single weekday morning for free. And like I said, I know we kind of have a lot of other stuff that's not trading related. Like we have story time, and I'll kind of sit here and chat with you guys. But one of the reasons I sit here and chat with you guys is because it gives me something to do aside from trading. And if I sit here and I stare at charts all day, I'm going to force trades, and I don't necessarily want to do that. And so I kind of find other ways to do other things besides trading. What's my thoughts on Bollinger Bands? I don't use them. I'm not saying they don't work. I just don't use them. Great place to add on the dip. Let's see where Roku's at. Yeah, Roku bounced right there. So look, so it bounced basically right at the pre-market high. But yeah, I mean, Roku still might be okay. I was waiting for CJC, but we never quite got it. Tesla's ripping up. It's just been a tough day because we're getting a lot of sideways action in a lot of the stocks I'm watching. Some of the stocks are okay, but we're getting a lot of sideways action. Waiting on CGC. If CGC can pull back, I might take it, and I might just set an alert for that one and end up taking that. But for now, kind of dull here. Add BBBY for a short. Yeah, sure. All right, so with BBBY, the big level here is the previous pre-market high. That's the level that I would watch the most. We also have this level here at 1250 that I drew. Really, I think I drew this right around the open. So we have this big level at 1250, but then we have the previous pre-market high right here at 1235. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to wait and see. It just depends. You see, once it breaks under that pre-market high, it looks weak. We have some other levels here too, but I would wait for it to break. I don't know. Everybody's a little bit different in how they want to approach this. I just think the big levels you want to watch are the pre-market high right here at 1234 and this 1250 half-dollar level. I think those levels make the most sense to kind of keep an eye on and see if they're going to work, you know. If they're going to hold, if they're going to reject, if they're going to act as support or resistance. That's what I would look at for BBBY. And then especially, like, if it gets weak and starts to break under this 1160 and 1150 level, I might consider it more and more. But we'll see. I'm waiting for CGC, baby, to pull back to 2170. I'll consider shorting CGC there. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you want to use the same platform or broker that Mitch and I use, I'll post this link. Again, some people dislike TradeNet, but I think that what you get for the price makes a ton of sense risk-reward-wise for new traders. Like, think about the process of a new trader, right? Most new traders, they save up thousands, they deposit thousands into a conventional broker, they get hit with platform fees, they get hit with super high commissions, even if they take small size, and then they might have to pay elsewhere for a chat room or stuff like that. TradeNet packages comes with almost all of that, right? And so you pay $3.99 for their base package through my link. It comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, a demo account to trade with for a few weeks, and then once you're approved for the funded account program, you get $14,000 in buying power to trade with no PDT rule. You can day trade and short stocks as much as you want. Commissions are pretty cheap if you use small sizing. Like, I can use 100 or 200 shares, and my commission is less than $5 for a complete round trip for most of the time if I use that much. And so it's pretty cheap. And I think it's just one of the cheaper ways that new traders can get started in the market without risking a ton of money. In all honesty, I think most traders are going to lose their TradeNet packages as well, their TradeNet funded account as well. But it's just a much cheaper way, and I think it just makes a lot of sense. I think that risk reward wise, I think it makes a lot of sense for new traders. And so there's the link if you want to check them out. Like I said, we make a commission if you sign up through us, and so it's a great way to help support our channel. And there's the link if you want to check them out. Yeah, team, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Go check out Trade Ideas as well. Best scanners in the game by far, in my opinion. Super customizable, dynamic scanners. I do want to say this, though, guys. Like, I'm not hating on gurus here. Like, I'm really not hating on gurus. Like, I think some gurus have good content. And I think some of the strategies and lessons that gurus teach are legitimate, and they can be valuable. You know, so I'm not hating on gurus. What I am hating on is that gurus that post unrealistic stuff. You know. And so I'm not hating on all the gurus. I think that you got to be realistic with traders, especially new traders, because if not, you're going to be hurting people. You're going to be promising them the world and not, which is just an unrealistic expectation. I think new traders, should have the most realistic expectations possible. And I think that revolves around the realistic amount of time it's going to take for you to learn how to do it successfully and how the odds are somewhat stacked against you. And of course, they're businesses, and so I can't hate on them. Again, that's one of the reasons I like TradeNet is because they live stream every day, and you're getting a lot for their packages. Like, their packages include a lot, and it saves new traders money, in my opinion. And so, yeah, sure, some people are going to hate on them, but I think they're just cheap. It's a cheaper way to get started. But again, if you want to check out trade ideas, there's the link in the chat. There's the link in the chat. You can use promo code BT15 at checkout if you want 15% off Trade Ideas scanners. And again, these scanners are the best in the game by far, and there's a reason all the big time traders use Trade Ideas. And so there's the link in the chat right there. So no, there's no PDT rule, Vinny. So you can day trade and short as much as you want. Once you're approved for the funded account program, at least. I do want to preface with that. But yeah, there's no PDT. You can day trade and short. And that's one of the benefits. Like, you want to day trade and short stocks for cheap while you get a demo account, trading course, access to their chat room. I think TradeNet's the cheapest option, risk-reward wise, for traders. I think they make sense. Yeah, I mean, so they operate like a prop firm, Ray. Ray. They operate like a prop firm, and so it's like they're supplying you with that buying power. They're giving you 14K once you're approved for the funded account program, and there's no PDT rule, but there is a max loss of 700, and so you pay $399. If you go over that max loss of 700, basically if your account value gets below 13,300, they close you down. And now you can always sign up for another package, but there is a profit split as well of 70-30 at least for the intro package. Again, none of this is 100%. Best to reach out to them and ask them, because all I can vouch for is from my experience. But yeah, with that, you can day trade short stocks. Operates like a prop firm is the best way to think about it. And so, yeah, hit that subscribe button, team. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday morning for free on YouTube. Day trading the market, showing you what it's actually like to day trade. And so hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. And we hope you'll join us again for story time tomorrow and watch us day trade the open again tomorrow. But, yeah, not my day-to-day. It's okay. I'm still up pretty solid amount overall in the last few weeks and months. And so I'm okay with having 2 losing days in a row. I'm done trading. You'll be alright, Lord Preach. You'll be alright, bro. Stop preaching at me, man. But yeah. We're waiting for CGC to pull back. Do I think BBBY is going to give it back? I think that if we look at the daily chart here, I know I said I was going to close it down. If we look at the daily chart, it's tough. I mean, I think we're right around the middle range for BBBY. I think there's some big resistance. Up at 13 and 13.10. I think there's some big resistance there. And maybe a big support level at 11. And so I think watching for those levels is what I would do. But who knows? This thing could start running up, could squeeze down. Never know. But yeah, guys, I'm going to close it down. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. Oh, join our public Discord. We do have a Discord. And so, yeah, join our Discord team. If you want to keep track of what we do. I might trade again today. I can't say for certain that I'm not going to trade anymore. But I'm definitely not going to trade right now. And I'm not going to trade until CGC gets back to 2170. And so there's our Discord link if you want to join that. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and close it down, team. So have a good day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Same time as always. We'll see if I can finish the week green. After today, I'm still about break even on the week. Maybe down slightly. But I think I'm probably still pretty green on the week, actually. Let me see. In gross profits, I'm definitely up, but in net profit, I might be down after commissions. So we'll see if we can finish the week green tomorrow. Just trying to be honest with people about it. Again, though, last week was profitable. I'm pretty sure the week before was profitable as well. And so, yeah, like I said, hit that subscribe button, team. Appreciate the sub. Sherbert, appreciate the sub. Jason, appreciate the sub. Sherbert, appreciate the sub. B. Welcome to the team, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day. And yeah, good luck in the markets, guys. Later, team.